Hello everybody and welcome to the penultimate, the fantastic and stupendous Sony press conference, or the PlayStation showcase for E3 2018. Just as a little bit of a disclaimer, I watched this thing last night at like 12 o'clock and it ended at around 2, so it was probably, in hindsight, not very smart, because Sony really brought a lot of intense stories to this E3, and goodness gracious me, it was crazy. But first off, let's just jump right into this with a little look, or actually a long look, at The Last of Us Part 2. Oh my gosh, is that a lesbian relationship in my Christian zombie game? Okay, but like, in all honesty, we already saw this in the Left Behind DLC before, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, thanks, bye. So Naughty Dog gave us a very in-depth look at a level in Last of Us Part 2, and first impressions, oh my gosh, these graphics are amazing. They look better than the first game, and that game was remade for PS4. Like, what? The environments are very detailed. There's a lot of evil cult people walking around, and also, I gotta say, this game is violent, like, more so than The Last of Us 1. I don't know if it was because I was more used to The Last of Us 1, because I'd already seen, like, gameplay of it from other YouTubers before I even played the game myself, but this game is so, like, dark. They didn't show any zombies in this thing, but it just had that feeling of terror and awfulness, like the world really was corrupt. Like, we don't need zombies to give us a really brutal world. Speaking of brutal, the combat is incredibly rough and raw. Like, that sounds wrong, but like, it's so true. Like, you feel the weight of every punch and every gunshot and every arrow that's being flown across the screen at you. When Ellie gets hurt, you get hurt. And it's crazy. Like, Naughty Dog really worked to make sure that the game's M rating made sense, you know what I mean? The inventory was kept from the first game. You know, you have the survival aspect of it. You have limited space in your inventory. You have to manage your resources, like your arrows and your bullets. Craftable arrowheads are also a thing in this game. Like, they showed this explosive arrow that Ellie uses, and it's crazy and amazing, and I can't wait to make my own explosive arrows. Overall, just a spectacular showing for Last of Us 2, and I cannot wait until this game freaking finally comes out, whenever it does. Jeez. Also, like, where the heck is Joel? So then, during an intermission, while the Sony people were moving the visitors from the Banjo Church to this new place, we got some more information about a new game plus for God of War PS4. There are going to be 4 Black Ops maps remastered for Black Ops 3, which is, by the way, now free on PlayStation Plus. And they just showed us a lot of different PlayStation games that they're talking about, like Tetris Effect, Days Gone, Twin Mirror, Ghost Giant, and Beat Saber. And we got a little snippet of Destiny 2 Forsaken, which is coming out September 4th, and it has the death of Cade 6, which makes me sad, because he's like my favorite character. Holy heck, this game looks awesome! This is a new game called Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Studios, and oh my gosh, this game looks amazing. I can't say anything more or less about this. Like, it's just straight up. Apparently this is during the time when the Mongols invaded China, and there's a lot of ancient sword play, kind of like the Arkham games. The gameplay looks fluid, it looks so intuitive. The grappling hook is used to infiltrate a building at one point. The story looks super interesting too. Like, I want to know more about this world, and I want to roll around in all of those grassy fields. I'm not even kidding. Oh man, seriously guys, go and look at this for yourself. My video will not do it justice. Please just look at the video. The next thing we got to look at was a game called Control, which was developed by Remedy and 505 Games, and it's coming out in 2019. From what I can see from this trailer, it looks like a shifting future world with space-timey stuff. It's like if you got Interstellar, Alien, combined it, and then sprinkle in a little bit of Paranormal Activity nonsense, and you have control. Like all the other games in this list, super interesting, and I really want to see where this game goes. Whoa, and what's this? Another Resident Evil remake. This time, we're getting a Resident Evil 2 remake, and it's releasing January 25th, 2019. It starts out with a little rat vision leading to a freaking zombie eating somebody's neck guts. And that was nasty. Once again, since I was watching this at like 1 in the morning, freaked the crap out of me. I've never seen anything about Resident Evil 2. I've only just heard about it, you know what I mean? So it probably wasn't too smart to go into this trailer blind. Once again, graphics look amazing, and this has got me interested in the entire Resident Evil series. And now I'm strongly considering getting the remake for the first game and then playing through that and then waiting until the second one so I can just get the best versions of all of these games. I cannot wait. Trover Saves the Universe is a game made by Justin Roiland, the guy who made Rick and Morty, but I don't care because it's Kingdom Hearts 3 again, baby! Oh my gosh, this game just keeps giving and giving. We got a new world. We got the Pirates of the Caribbean world. It's back and it looks so good. Like, look at how real everybody looks. Look at how the graphics and the textures on the sand and the clothes. There's gonna be ship combat. Everyone can like sail on a ship and shoot down everybody and anchor and slide across, and it's awesome. Once again, they show us Hercules, Toy Story, Frozen, Tangled, Monsters Inc., Twilight Town, blah, blah, blah. We got some new story details, too, where they talk about the new 7 hearts. Like, you know, in the first game, there are the 7 princesses of heart, and Kyrie was one of them, even though she's clearly not even a princess. And everybody's got a new look. Like, Kyrie gets a new pair of duds, and it looks pretty good. Also, Axel's back. I thought he died. I'm not sure. But thank goodness it has a release date, because it's coming out January 29th, 2019. And yes, that's right, everybody. I was right. It's coming out in the winter. If January still counts as winter, I'm not sure. But it is. It's coming out in the winter. So I was right, and you were wrong. The next big segment of the Sony press conference was dedicated to Death Stranding, the first game for Kojima Productions, made by the beautiful man only known as Hideo Kojima. All of the environments in this game are fantastically crafted. Like, it looks like you're walking around Iceland. It looks to be kind of like a survival game. There's a lot of hazards like acid rain and torrential rivers, slippery rocks, all that good stuff. It also looks like there's going to be 3 different playable characters. I kind of noticed that there are different hairstyles on each of the people. There's Norman Reedus and another guy and another girl. They're little robot buddies that follow you around, and it looks like they're holding your cargo, maybe? I really don't know. But it looks like they're your little friends. Maybe you can put stuff in them. Then it takes a dark turn and shows that there are these invisible monsters with human-looking hands walking around all the time. And then there's some crazy fast-forwarding of time stuff and paranormal stuff as well. Then there's a bunch of invisible, dusty ghost people with umbilical cords that like go up into the sky, and I have no idea what's going on. But you can see them a little bit better with the baby. Like, everybody's seeing these baby themes going around in the game. Well, apparently if you plug a baby into you, then you can see these dusty boys. It's so weird. There's this stuff called timefall. There are worms that you eat. I don't know anymore, but I'm invested so heavily into this. Is this Dark Souls? But then we get to the game that I was really waiting for, Spider-Man PS4. We open up with Electro breaking out on the Raft, which is a big old floating prison in the Marvel Universe. Spider-Man goes in to help out and save the day, you know, as a spider do. Again, the combat is looking really fast-paced, kind of in the vein of Arkham, where you just kind of flip around and punch everybody and use your spider sense. It looks to be like there's web ammo at the top right corner. I don't even know. Also, different types of webs, like you saw the web blossom thing he did just a little bit ago. But not only is Electro back, so is Rhino, and so is Scorpion, and so is Vulture, and so is Mr. Negative. So basically, Mr. Negative just made his own version of the Sinister Six. They allude to the fact that there's going to be another villain, and we don't know who that is. As well as that, they showed some web-slinging sections where you're chasing Electro. Once again, they're looking pretty dope AF. Though I don't really know, because for some reason, the web-slinging for me still looks a little stale, you know? Like, sure, it looks like he's swinging around, but it looks like you're on a path, you know what I mean? it doesn't really look like you can swing wherever you want. It doesn't look like you have that weight. Spider-Man doesn't seem to really fly around. It's more like he just swings in that predetermined arc. I don't know, maybe that's just because I haven't played the game myself. Everybody's saying that, yo, this web slinging looks exactly like Spider-Man 2, but I haven't played that. The closest I've ever gotten to a really good web slinging mechanic is in Spider-Man Web of Shadows, and that one, in my opinion, is so good. Not only that, but we have little Naruto tree running segments. That's what I wrote down in my notes. Spider-Man has to run up the side of a wall, right, to chase after Electro, but like if any of you have played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because there are these parts in the game where you have to run up trees and dodge obstacles while you're on the tree as well. And it just looks so funny. It looks exactly the same. But yeah, so Spider-Man can run up walls, duh. And Spider-Man gets wrecked, like, so much in this scene. Like, he's like whimpering and stuff too. It's so disheartening to really see this. I don't know. Overall, this was fantastic, and I legitimately cannot wait. Once again, I can't wait for this game to come out. I don't think they didn't give us a release date yet. They've just given us the vague 2018, so that's unfortunate again. But I'm looking forward to this. Definitely gonna get it. 105% gonna get this. So what did I think of this E3 conference? Did Sony take the cake? As far as I'm concerned, Sony had the best E3 presentation at the time. I mean, I haven't gotten to the Nintendo one yet, but I'm pretty sure that Sony's was, and at least for me, the most intense quality games that I had seen, all of which I'm totally interested in, by the way, especially Last of Us and Spider-Man. I'm very happy with this one, and I cannot wait to do the Nintendo one. I'm really hoping they do some cool stuff with Smash. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace!